everyone, and hi Elliott. I couldn't make it today because I have an important doctor's appointment, but I still wanted to read the book to you. So here goes. Elliott's Christmas Adventure. Elliott woke up one morning and looked out the window. He saw fresh snow falling from the sky. Elliott watched as they danced down to the ground. He then remembered that today was Christmas Eve. He ran downstairs and saw his mom drinking a cup of coffee. "Elliott, I have some bad news," she said. "Your father and I have to fly to Florida for work, and you'll be by yourself for Christmas. But you can go to a friend's house for Christmas if you want." Elliott was sad that his parents were leaving, but also happy to spend Christmas with his friends. He said goodbye to his mom and dad, put on his hat and coat, and ran out the door. When he arrived at his friend's house, he rang the doorbell. His friend answered the door. "Hello, Elliott. Why are you here?" said his friend. "My parents are going away for Christmas. Can I spend Christmas with you?" asked Elliott. His friend replied, "I'm sorry, but we're going to a ski lodge for Christmas." "Sorry, Elliott," his friend said. "Oh, it's okay," said Elliott, and sadly walked away. Elliott went back to his house and went to bed. He was all alone on Christmas Eve. When he woke up, he was very cold, which was weird, because his house wasn't usually cold. He sat up and looked around. He couldn't believe his eyes. All around him were elves. All of them were small with red and green hats and long pointy ears. "Ah, you're awake," said one of the elves. "We've been waiting for you to wake up," said another. "You slept for so long," said the elf closest to him. "Where am I?" said Elliott. The first elf looked at him and then said, "Can't you tell? You're in the North Pole." Elliott was so shocked that he fell back down into the snow. "We saw that you were alone on Christmas and felt bad for you, so we took you to the North Pole to spend Christmas with us." "Here," said the elf, holding a steaming cup of hot chocolate. Elliott took a small sip and tasted the best hot chocolate in the whole world. So Elliott spent Christmas with the elves, drinking hot chocolate and singing songs with the elves around a big Christmas tree, decorated with thousands and thousands of lights. It was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. While Elliott was going back for his 57th cup of hot chocolate, he heard a quiet jingle. He listened very closely and heard it again, but louder. By then, everyone had stopped talking and was looking into the sky. Elliott looked too, but couldn't see anything. He could only hear the small jingle. One of the elves looked at Elliott and told him that Santa was there. Elliott looked around, but couldn't see Santa anywhere. "Where is Santa?" said Elliott. "Oh, right, you can't see him," said the elf. "Hold still." Elliott stood still and watched as the elf took a small bag of purple dust and sprinkled it over Elliott. As soon as it touched his eyes, he could see a tiny sleigh in the sky, with 9 reindeer pulling it along. We called the dust Santa Eye Equinox, or C for short. Without it, you can't see Santa. However, it only lasts an hour, so tomorrow you won't be able to see him anymore. Santa landed the sleigh and then walked over to Elliott and told him that it was time to go home. Elliott said goodbye to all the elves and then hopped in Santa's sleigh as soon as he got it. The reindeer started flying really fast. Eventually, he saw his school down below and saw his parents driving back to his house. Santa saw the car and told the reindeer to speed up. Just as Santa flew over Elliott's house, Santa pushed him out of the sleigh, and Elliott was screaming as he started falling towards his roof. Just as he was about to hit his roof, he fell right through it and landed right at the front door. Suddenly, the door opened and his parents were standing outside. His mom rushed in and gave him a big hug. "Elliott, good news! There was too much snow, so our flight was cancelled, and now we can spend Christmas with you." Elliott told his mom about the North Pole and the elves and Santa bringing him home in his sleigh, but his parents didn't believe him. They just said that he must have been imagining it. But Elliott knew that it was real. His parents told him to look under the tree, and Elliott saw tons of presents. He opened the first one and found a hot chocolate maker that made elf hot chocolate forever. He opened the second one and found a limbo bar. He opened the third one and found a small bag full of purple dust with a note attached saying, "See you next Christmas. From Santa." The end.